Buenos días. ¿Cómo están? Hi, how are you? How are you doing? I hope you're having a fantastic start of the week. Today is Monday, and yeah, I wanted to start this video to start this week with all the energy and show you some features that I wish I had known when I first started using Clay. Okay, I know that a lot of you um, are starting using this amazing tool, and you see there on LinkedIn or YouTube or where social, like a lot of those crazy workflows that people do, which are amazing. But I think that I could be this could be really useful for people who needs to get started with and are scared about how to work between tables, clay tables that are related between them and how we can build them. Okay, so in today's video I'll show you how to work or how to use the write to another table feature and also the lookup multiple rows feature inside of clay, so you can work between tables that are related between them, correlated, so you can build workflows, and this can be as simple as just getting people from companies into another table. Then this is the use case that I'll show you right now. To every single workflow that you can imagine, you have a list that you want to put them into rows. You can do this using these features. Okay, so I'll show you a big intro like always. I don't know why I do a lot of big large intros, but just let's get started. Okay, so why this is really useful, and I think everyone should know how to use the write to another table feature. This is amazing, and probably the most common use case is to get people, I mean, to get people from another company, okay, from a company into another table as rows, so you can run enrichments. Okay, so for example, this is the same workflow that I built the last time. And for example, right here, you'll see that I needed to find contacts and at some specific companies, okay, that matches some criteria. And as you can see here, we found one people, we find also two people, and so on so on. In some of these cases we got like 7 people, but as you can see we have a lot of like data sets inside of those cells in the column. Okay, so what happens here is that when we pull, let me get someone who has, for example, 3 or 2. Yes, like you. So when we click this, when we do this enrichment, we got the people, we got the data sets, and here we got one person, and here we have another person, right? The thing is that, okay, so what you got them here, why do you need to get another table? Okay, but at the end of the day, when you are trying to reach out to these people, to the company, you are not actually reaching out to the company, you're reaching out to the persona, and these are the personas that we need. Okay, so as you may know, this, if you don't know how to do this, is really simple. You just add an enrichment, find contacts at company. You can do this like in 2 ways. One way would be like actually taking the it is going to be like a pop-up that says like, do you want to write like all the results on another table? But the thing here is that you can exclude like job titles or specific job titles of the specific rows. Okay, so for example, in my case, I don't want to in my search in the keywords, I think I select like sales, but also I don't want to get that result in my 5 contacts at company, because this is actually the people that I'm trying to reach, the relevant first line, so it doesn't make sense to say like, hey, I noticed, for example, I noticed you're a B2B SaaS sales representative, and I noticed that you're hiring a B2B SaaS sales representative. It doesn't make sense. Okay, so that's the reason why I'm excluding people right here, and that's the reason why I use this feature inside of Clay to get like to exclude some job titles, as you can see here, that I don't need, that I don't want because of this specific use case. Okay, so that's the reason why I did this. If not, you can just write another table, just getting like define contacts at company, and you will be fine. Okay, so now what? Okay, so here we got, as we did this, as I just said, we got some data sets and some data points inside of these cells. You see? And now what we want to do is to take this column, like the cell of this column, okay, and turn them into rows in another table. How do we do that? We do this using write another table feature, okay? That this is the one, okay? So here, I'll show you. This is pretty simple. The things that you have to do are really easy. You have to add your account. The second thing that you have to do is to select a table to write to. So I'll suggest you that before doing that, you create another table so you know what table you're going to use. Of course, this is here. There is a button that says like new table, but I suggest you to create another table and map all the fields that you need to map. Okay, then you select a list from a column, as I just said. So this is a list, okay, because inside of this cell we have two people, and this is a list like dataset 0, dataset 1. Okay, that's a list. And then what we have to do, this is really simple, we have to map like the criteria that we need to map into another table. Okay, so it would be name, full name, title, URL, LinkedIn profile, organization, company name, and if you want to get more data of this data set, you get this. Okay, then you click save. You also run them, and also of course if you only want to run for specific rows, you run a conditional formula using AI inside of Clay. Really easy to do, and then you get the results that you want. You click save, run, and then after doing that, you'll get a table like this. As you can see here, we got the people, and to explain you even better, let's say, look here, IVM Market Inc. USA. Okay, so let me check for that. Look, you see IVM Market Inc. USA, IVM Market Inc. USA, both of them are rows in this table because we did the write to another table feature, and this is amazing. This is really good, because right now what you can do is to start enriching these rows and do the specific things that you need to do, either to reach out, to qualify the leads, to do whatever thing that you have to do. Okay, so this is amazing. This is the first part. The second part, that is the fun one. Well, I mean, both of them are fun one, but I think that this is what makes also Clay so powerful, that you can match data between tables, data sets. You can understand, you can build workflows with a lot of points and match them into the same table. You can do a lot of those things inside of Clay. What makes Clay so powerful, also because of the integrations and enrichments and all those things. Okay, so then what? Let's say we got, as we can see, I just enriched the full name, the company URL, and even the LinkedIn profile. What I just did here was really simple. I just run a formula to get the first name, because I'm going to do this for outreach reasons. And then what I did is to normalize the company name, because I want to use the lookup multiple row feature. I'll explain to you that in a sec. Okay, why is that? Because if we go here, the same company, no, let me think. The same name of the company is the same one as we have in the other table. Okay, the normalized company name, and this is the same column, basically the same column. So what is going to work right now? This one. Okay, as you can see here, this one is the same as this one because we did the same thing. We pull the company name, we normalize it, and we got this data. Okay, it's the same one. Because it's the same one, that means that in both tables they match records. When we do that, we are able to pull out data from the table, from the other table, as the same columns that we got in the other table into this table. Confusing, and explain you in a sec. Okay, so we, as I just said, we got the two tables, right? We got the same company column that matches between both, and then we run a lookup multiple row. And when we run a multiple row, and I'll show you how to do this, you add your account and you put the table to search, SaaS companies, the target column, you see, is going to be the normalized name, filter contains, and the row value, the normalized company name. When we do this works to match records, and when we match records, we are able to pull out columns from the other table inside of this table. Okay, so whenever we need, for example, let's say for example you did your personalization enrichment on the other table, and you want to take that personalization and put into this table, because at the end of the day you're going to do the outreach inside of this table. You just can click in the record found, you get this data set, and you, as you can see here, you basically get every single column that we got inside of this table. You see, this is really good, really valuable, because whenever you need to pull out more data from the other table, you can do this automatically. Let's say that you can do this easily, you know, for do whatever thing you need to do to understand that, to help you basically to get the things that you want inside of one table, taking into account that you did all the workflow, and it's completely it's completely normal. You understand, you don't do like double personalization in most of the cases. Or for example, you want to make sure which is the job title that company is hiring for, and if you have that mapped in the other table, you will be able to take that job title and make it as a column as it is in the other table inside of this table. You understand? So this is really useful. This is how you match correlate data sets, tables. This is really a simple explanation, but I hope that you get like the most out of this video to understand that this is really useful for you when you want to build workflows. It can be whatever workflow. I think everyone should know how to use this feature. And yeah, that's it basically. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and also you find this really, really useful for you. And whenever you need, and if you need some help, it could be whatever, I'll be more than happy to talk with you and help you to get better also at this Clay operational efficiency, whatever stuff that you're doing inside of in Clay and your outbound motions and your go-to-market motions. And yes, that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and yeah, see you in the next one. Bye.